So Smiles for Om is a foundation in our community, and it's for Om Parikh, who is a very special young man who watches over us from above, and he has a lovely family, and they have taken on the plight, for lack of a better word, to raise as much money as they can for pediatric cancer. And I know that they do a very big walk. The walk was moved to the September, don't quote me, I think it was September, and it normally is done in May. And I have a relationship with him that I continue because he was my student for those 3 years. And I had an opportunity to go to lunch with them, and I'm going to have an opportunity this Friday because it's Om Day.
Yes.
It's Om Day, so I'm going to have an opportunity to have, we're going to be meeting with them. We're at the middle school, they're decorating all the lockers with Smiles for Om. And we're going to be having children come and speak, and there's going to be like a breakfast. So I want to have an opportunity to speak with them and let them know that we're very pleased to offer them an opportunity to meet with us maybe first preliminarily. I spoke with Ms. Fabiano, and maybe have a meeting with them and then take that to the next level where maybe they want to come and do a presentation. I'd like to see if it's possible, and I will be having this detailed conversation on Friday. So it always works out, just like tomorrow's meeting I'm having Superintendent Jamesburg, it's never the right day. If I could have had it next week. So perhaps they could say in what way we can work with them in a partnership. So we know that they utilize, and I am not a runner, but I know that they utilize a treacherous, from what I hear, not a positive course. And we started just having conversations about thinking out of the box. Could we just make it, instead of being, and I'm, not a long-term run, could it be utilizing the track? How many times you run around, raising money that way? Could it be, they want to do something with food trucks, utilizing, they are our people, it's our community, something that we can do. And I'm just excited about it. So on Friday, I'm going to be able to have that conversation, and then we can have preliminary conversations and, always thinking out of the box, but maybe also thinking in the trust. I don't even know if it's doable, but I think partnering with them would be wonderful, because we do wonderful things here in Monroe, speaking as a vice principal and now a resident. And it's great to take care of others, and we should, but I like to start with taking care of our own. He was one of ours, and Yashaswi is lovely. She's now, oh my God, I don't know, did she start medical school already? I think she may have.
We did.
I think she may have, and she was one of ours also. She was the first class, that was the first graduating class of the middle school. We moved into the new building. So why don't we do whatever we can? So we can continue to have that conversation. Anybody else, we could bring it back. So I will have more information in March, detailed information.
Awesome.
So thank you for putting that on there.
Of course. I was excited when we talked about it last time, so I think it'll be a great opportunity for the district to really partner with them instead of it having their own separate entity, really trying to work together.
Yeah, so yesterday was 4 years since Om left us. So I know that they say optimistic Om, and
Yes.
that's the thing, that's the theme that middle school works through. So I'm trying to understand, we're trying to put an event which is more than just the middle school collaborative. I know they do a scholarship here in high school.
Yes, they do a scholarship in the middle school.
They do a scholarship, so they're already, as a trust, they've been very involved with the school system,
Absolutely.
giving back. And I think one of the things that stands out is they identify ambassadors of optimism.
Correct.
And I think that's a theme we should go with for a
100%.
district-wide event.
Right. And that was the other thing I was thinking. So just to couple on that, the very first year that we did the walkathon, it was really well received, and we were able to make all different teams, and they did it on it wasn't a GoFundMe, but it was one of those pages similar to that, and we were able to decide the teams, and we're team oriented in the middle school, so a lot of the teams went ahead and made teams, and they had t-shirts and so forth. And I think what has happened is, well, COVID, let's just let that go and move forward. So now we're looking forward to brighter light and sunshine. I'm almost thinking that if we could make their walkathon event, which is township-wide,
Yes.
not just be, Sherry's excited because it's middle school and, he was mine. And if we could take it to the next level where perhaps they use our facilities, where perhaps it's something that's promoted K through 12, all 8 of the buildings promote this event, and we get teachers. Teachers, when you get teachers to be ambassadors, there's no better. When you get them on board, they're real rah-rah. So if we could do that, picture what the outcome could be. It could be unbelievable once you get that
More
You know-
like more like a whole community
Yes,
feel.
right, and they do a wonderful job, and I know that it's well received, but
It's a difficult course, so.
It's a very
there's
difficult
more people
Very
walking.
difficult course.
I only
That was
walk,
my first
Me
and
too.
maybe last
But
5K.
But
During the first time it was COVID, it was on the treadmill. And I hated it.
No, but it's one of my favorite courses, and I think that event is wonderful, the Micah 5K.
right,
A lot of our athletes win medals and
Yes.
cross-country athletes. I think this could be, there's not as much school participation as we would like. in that.
exactly,
There is a larger community
Yes,
participation, which
yes.
wouldn't happen in a school event. I think we're looking at an additional event
right,
that is just,
right,
you know,
we could do additional.
encourages more of our
Right.
own district-wide
I
participation.
think the other thing that when I spoke with them, and I just, we just had like a working lunch, I had said, we can look to do another event, we can look to take this event that you're speaking of and make it a larger event, because we
In
can,
partnership.
in partnership with the Micah
Yeah.
Association, and what happens, picture if that event's occurring, and now, through the principals, the vice principals, the guidance counselors, the teachers, superintendent, assistant superintendent, the board, we now, I'll make a joke, we're a team.
Right.
We're a team, the board, and superintendent, assistant superintendent, literally our team, we walk. We walk. Right, we walk. So we become a team, just for example, and then in the mid, maybe in the high school, maybe the team might be a STEM team. I'm just coming up with different things. In the middle school, it's naturally a team because they team together. But picture if you got if every team was 100 students, it's approximately 120, but let's just say middle school, and you got 1/3 or 1/4, 25 children, we have 18 teams in the middle school. Not to mention the adults that would come and the parents that would come. So maybe, and I would definitely want to hear everybody's input, and especially the police. They may want to take that event and, make it quintessential. They may not want a secondary, I don't know, but we always have this conversation, and they really like the idea of moving it back to May.
Mhm. It's a better-
September really was not a great, it was what it was, because they couldn't have that.
Yeah.
So, and it might be baby steps now, but it might be a particular year of planning. This might be, oh my God, we're gonna do this, this, and this, but it's gonna be April or May of 2023. And this year is what it is.
Yeah.
And they might either just do a small or just, not necessarily small, but just a community-oriented event in this May, because I know that we were having this conversation, and we kept on saying, well, if we move it to May, well, then we had it twice in that 1 year, and actually she was saying, well, 1 year has to have it twice. In order to get it into May,
Yeah.
you have to do it. There's no way around it. So that was the conversation we were having. So,
No
it's
idea.
just it's a great opportunity, and, they're just a lovely family.
Yes.
I don't know how else to say it,
They're
lovely
giving
family.
back in a wonderful way.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's all about smiling, and, we have an Ohms Oasis, which is a garden in the middle school, and, see that? See that? He nodded his head a little bit.
The lights went off.
That's it, and the light's gonna go back on. So I think it's very exciting, and with with this committee, it memorializes it.
Yes.
It makes it tangible, because we can have plans and events and activities and what works. And they may want to do a separate event, they may want to say, okay, September and May, something different. But I always think, we always say, what difference will you make? Well, it makes a difference. 5 people, 5 people, 5 people, 5 people, 10 people, 10 people. It really becomes that positive domino. We have so many domino effects in this district, we like to make the positive domino effects. So,
Well, good luck.
yeah, no, and we're gonna need everybody. So,
All hands on deck.
all hands
Hands
on
on
deck.
deck, yeah.
So I will let you know.
Any help
Try.
you need, Jen.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'll put something in confidence.
Yes, thank you.
So I
Kate,
just
were you
had,
trying to-
yeah, I was gonna say, I just have a quick question about it, and I think it's a wonderful organization, I've been following it for many years. I guess just, thinking from a board member perspective, there are a lot of organizations in the community, some that have involved students either maybe currently in the district or not currently in the district any longer. I guess, is there an issue, supporting and creating events for one organization and not necessarily doing something for other organizations that have families in the district? I mean, obviously, as individuals, we can support, and I have actually, and I think all of us have this specific one as well as several others. I just wasn't sure if, like, as a school district, it's okay.
I would say that it would be completely appropriately fine, because if anybody else approached us, the answer would be yes to that as well. So I think that I'm going to speak my own personal experience. My personal experience is I was the principal. When he entered the 6th grade, he did not really come in the 7th grade, came back for some time in the 8th grade. So I knew him personally, and it was a relationship that was fostered. So of course, I'm personally involved. But if any other organization, trying to think of the other young man who,
Mikey Nichols.
I'm thinking of,
Mikey Nichols, he was a high school.
yes, and he was one of my school, they all come to the middle school, he was one of my students as well, and we have done, in the middle school, I can't speak for district-wide, because remember, I was the principal then, so I only took care from my end, but we did many, many fundraisers for the Mikey Nichols family, and at the time, we had a teacher who's since retired, and he was heavily involved through the Veterans Association and the Polar, you probably know who I'm speaking of, and he spearheaded a lot of those. So I think the answer would be that I can't imagine it not being appropriate. I would imagine it is appropriate, but I think that we're very open to any other organizations that come forward that we can utilize the Community Engagement Committee to do this in a positive way for anybody that comes forward. So I would think that it should not be a problem.
Okay, sounds great.